You're listening to your number one station, RX Radio. Hoping you are doing great today on this beautiful second day of December 2022. Oh, by the way, I believe it is my brother's birthday. My brother Henry, who I don't know if you've met. Have you met my brother?
No.
He comes to the office sometimes.
No, I don't know.
Never met a dude that looks like me a little bit?
Better looking.
Slightly.
Yes, and I think I've met Henry.
Yes, my brother Henry. What's up, Henry? Happy birthday to you. Today is his birthday, and I believe he today turns 40 years old. Wow, you're a big man, aren't you? And he recently got married.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Aww.
To a beautiful lady from Kenya.
Oh, wow.
So that's my brother doing his part to, mend the diplomatic relations.
I know, right?
Between the two countries that was almost severed by a certain general tweeting out some funny tweets. Talk about we can take Nairobi in 2 weeks. You saw that?
I saw that.
But anyway, speaking of peace, we need peace in life.
Yes, we do.
And we need peace in our relationships.
100%.
The problem is that people don't like to communicate, and that might be why there's no peace in people's relationships. So on the Fatboy Show today, we want to talk about that. Do you think the lack of communication is majorly responsible for the breaking up of people's relationships and the problems people face?
Absolutely 100%.
Lack of communication.
Lack of effective communication.
But what would communication do if you don't have the will to act on what has been communicated to you? So you might say communication is key. All right, so here I am communicating to you, my wife, please be home by 7 p.m.
Okay.
If you decide to not take that seriously, then we have communicated, But
you see, communication is a two-way street. If you say, my dear wife, I want you home by 6 p.m. And I'm like, my dear husband, traffic jam from Naguru to Chaliwajala is kind of hectic at that time. So give me at least roughly 40 to 50 minutes to get home. So I'll be home by at least 7:20.
But you would hate that, wouldn't you, for a man to give you a strict time of getting home? Wouldn't that bother you?
There's context to it.
Would you be okay with a man telling you to be home by 7?
Give me context. Why do you want me home by 7 p.m.?
Because I miss you.
Aww.
And I don't want you to go and have drinks with your friends and with your workmates.
Then come have drinks with us.
Oh, wait, what?
Yes.
No, be home early. That's what I want. Come on, is that so hard?
No, I think there should be context behind communication. See, when you communicate, you have to communicate effectively. Do not command. You have to explain. And also with communication comes comprehension. So when you explain to me, say, for instance, why you want me home by that time, I also need to understand and be reasonable, be empathetic, and be logical, rational. It all comes with that.
It does.
So that we can make this relationship work.
Okay, now there's certain things that are difficult to communicate.
Like what?
And I think this is where a lot of the problems begin. The sexual stuff.
Yes.
Some women may want to have want to have sex a particular kind of way.
Okay.
And are scared about communicating this to the husband or the boyfriend because they are fearful of how this will make them look.
Okay.
So, for example, like let's say you had a really kinky thing you like to do in the bedroom.
To be strangled.
Yeah. You might be scared of telling that to your husband because you're like, okay, what will he think of me, right? And similarly, a guy might want to do certain things with a lady, but she'll think, wow, I must watch a lot of porn or something. So everyone just keeps quiet about their fetish. So what they do is instead they just quietly sneak around looking for people who will give them that.
But you see, the thing is that you're sneaking around and communicating with the person you're sneaking around with, right?
No, sometimes
you're telling them strangle me, but you can't tell your partner to strangle you.
Ideally, the person you're sneaking around with just gets it. They know.
They just don't get it. It's not like they have a signpost on their face saying that I get you.
They just look at you.
They just look a certain type of way.
They look at you like this, and they know what you want. No! And they put it on the menu.
This is my thing. 2 things. Number 1, sexting is very important with your partner. Sext and talk about and go explicit and wild. That way you'll know each other's limitations and you'll know each other's desires. Okay. And hopefully you're honest with it. Number 2, this person is seeing you naked.
So
they have seen like
So what?
So like that right there is the end game. They have seen you naked. Like it can't get like they
How's
can't
that the
judge.
end game?
They can't judge you past that. Like you've seen me naked, so I might as well. I mean, you've reached up to the clip. You might as well just jump off. Jump over, you understand?
Well,
since you're seeing me naked, I might as well just tell you, babe, strangle me, choke me, pull my hair.
okay, so there you are with your hubby, and he's doing the usual routine, making love to you in exactly the same way he did the last 3,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? Do you put your foot down and say, stop? Honey, stop right now. Get off me. Get off me.
No, I take charge.
This is what I want.
Take charge.
What do you mean you take charge?
If he's on top, turn him over, roll over, and get on top. Take charge. And
But-
the best way when it comes to sex, the best way is to show them as opposed to tell them. So if you want his hands in a certain place, put his hands there.
So you become the director of your own movie.
Thank you.
You become Steven Spielberg.
Thank you.
James Cameron.
Yes. So if you want his hands in a certain place, put it there. If you want his mouth in a certain place, put it there. And be gentle. Don't be like...
That sounds like bullying.
No, it doesn't sound like bullying.
You want to bully someone in bed? Really? But anyway,
No.
you do make a good point, and I think it is those difficult conversations that really can make the difference between your relationship ending or lasting.
Mm-hmm.
So have those difficult conversations,
Yep.
communicate, and see if it might take your relationship to an interesting place.
And comprehend that communication. Learn to interpret it, and if you don't understand, ask questions.
Yeah, because it's one thing for them to tell you, and then for the person to act like they didn't tell you.
Exactly.
Like you, I told you.
And they're like, but I don't get what you mean. Ask questions.
Seek clarification.
Exactly. It's important.
Take notes. Send emails.
Exactly. And when you have these meetings where you're talking about it, write minutes as well.
Oh my gosh.
So that you can always, go back to them in case, something is just not adding up for you.
Have witnesses.